Dave, we walked up that mountain and we'll be walking the 10K. We may do a little jogging in the middle. In any event, I want to welcome Big Ten fans to the 40th Kickoff Luncheon as we're on the precipice of our 118th college football season. Also would like to recognize Wayne Duke. Wayne's not with us today. He's had some health struggles, but I know in spirit he's here. When he became a commissioner in 1971, he initiated the Kickoff Luncheon. It's developed into, I think, the #1 sports promotion, preseason college football sports promotion in the country. We appreciate our fans. We appreciate our coaches and players who take time out of here to launch the season. I do want to recognize that when we launched the Big Ten Network, we hired a president in Mark Silverman, and Mark has distinguished himself in leading this network from the beginning to where it is today, a national and global force. It's available any place in the world where high-speed internet exists. It's in 25-plus countries. It's in 53 million homes and available in 90 million homes total. So he's done a fabulous job of leading us in that respect. But I want to tell you that when we were going through the interview process and talking to people who are interested in being the president of the Big Ten Network, I asked him a question. I said, what do you want the Big Ten Network to be? And he answered it in one word. He said, I want it to be smart. And I think Dave Revson is the personification for a sportscaster. We're fortunate to have him. He leads the studio shows. He does some play-by-play, but more importantly, I think his credibility, his insight, and his fairness are what we really strive to do with the Big Ten Network. So, Dave, thank you for that. Appreciate it very much. We're blessed by our tradition. We're fortunate to be able to innovate, and most fortunately, it's all happening under the umbrella of education. And so, as we celebrate the 100th Rose Bowl game, the 118th football season, the 100th providing of the Medal of Honor, which is the top award at each institution to a male and female athlete for athletic and academic prowess, we have a lot to be thankful for. It's not to say that we don't have continuing challenges, but if you look in the past, we've had challenges and we've been fortunate to be able to address those. You can look at things like normal progress rules that are now standard operating procedure in college sports at the national level. Those were introduced here decades and decades and decades ago because we wanted to make sure as the athlete moves through his or her eligibility, they were making progress towards a degree. We were challenged because we were largely a male-oriented business, and we have been able to respond to that to provide opportunities for men and women. We're also fortunate to see college football grow in popularity. The postseason has been an important part of that. There's been a fan demand for more. Sometimes we say, no, slow down. But as we've moved through the postseason, it's been really important for us to protect the Rose Bowl, our relationship with the Rose Bowl, and to see the college football playoff get established and see the Rose Bowl's relevancy and other bowls embedded in the postseason, I think is important, not just because the Rose Bowl is the Rose Bowl, because it personifies the celebration of the postseason and provides so many of our teams and players and fans an opportunity to celebrate in the postseason. So our athletic directors and our coaches and our partners at the Rose Bowl worked to achieve some of the outcomes. And so that was a challenge, but I think we were able to blend tradition with innovation. As we look around and look at replay, this conference was in the middle of that. As we look at BTN, this conference was in the middle of that. As we looked at expansion and the need to grow, we've done it in a way that we are blessed to have other great universities join us, whether it was Penn State 20 years ago or Nebraska 3 years ago, or Maryland and Rutgers. These are in contiguous territories. They're institutions that share the same values. And when you come into that kind of shared vision of what college sports ought to be, you have a great chance of being successful, and I expect that we will continue to do that. Last but not least are our coaches. Our coaches are in the public limelight. They lead, they teach, they coach, they parent, and they are the personification of our programs. The games are split about 50-50. There are winners and losers. But they need your support and your understanding, because the world that we live in is changing quickly. I think in 2006, Twitter was founded. In 2007, there were 40 million tweets a quarter. Today, it's 200 million tweets a day. And so some of the information is accurate, some of it's inaccurate, it's global, and the young people that are playing and are being coached and are moving through the system are in a world of publicness. It's not all accurate, it's not all fair, but it's there all the time. And I really commend our coaches, because you know when a group is functional, they can come together, they can resolve problems, they can talk about differences. And as much as they compete on Saturday and in the games and for recruits, I can assure you that when they come together in the best interest of Big Ten football. So I want to thank them for that. I want to thank you for coming, and I hope you enjoy the 118th football season. Thank you.